And good evening here at Hollydell Ice Arena for the Rowan Profs D2 hockey matchup for the Premier League versus the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Yep. It's a beautiful night as I'm here, Nick, alongside Kobe. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great today.
Looking dapper as always.
Oh, I always try my best.
As last week, it was a rough one as the Profs lost to the D1 Penn State Ice Lions. It was a rough matchup. The boys stayed resilient. They fought the entire game. They just couldn't handle it as it got to the end of overtime. And, just one little move can change a whole game, and that's what happened. Definitely going to be a little tight from last week, but I think they're ready to go, and I think they want to get a win here.
Yeah, we called the first game. It was absolutely heartbreaking to see that. They, both teams really put in an effort on both sides, but the Ice Lions were just able to push through in the end. And I think that because the Profs lost their last game, I think they're going to come out like today with some heat behind them.
And it's never easy to get yourself picked back up after a loss like that. I mean, you saw the guys on the ice after that game. You saw everybody's reaction, heads down. I mean, it's a rough one. It is rough to pick yourself back up. And speaking to Coach DeMonte this week, his main thing was stay the course. That was his message. Stay the course. We're going to be fine. We got to get to practice. We got to condition, and we're going to do it. And as you can see, these guys today, they got a little bit of energy today. I mean, they're ready to go. This is the first of a back-to-back as they get revenge tomorrow night as they head up to Penn State.
Yeah, hopefully Coach DeMonte, made it clear to his boys, hey, don't look at what we, did wrong. Let's just pick out what we did right here and continue pushing on that and build on our strengths and do better as a unit, because they played a solid game of hockey, but it was one mistake in the point of the game where you just can't make mistakes, of course, in overtime. And
speaking of Jimmy Pollock this week, he really stressed that this team needs to come out and they need to practice. And, it's true what they say. You're going to only get out so much that you put in the practice, right? You're going in, you want to go to practice, you want to get better. That's the whole point of practice. He said to me that you can't fool around this week. We have to push, and we have to get ready for these games because, it's going to be some tough games this week. You got your first game for Premier League play today, and you're going right back at it for the ACHA play tomorrow against Penn State again. You got two rivalries. I mean, Penn State's what? An hour away from here, Rutgers is an hour away from here. Penn State's another rival. I mean, it's going to be some big matchups.
Yeah, you definitely want to. I think the Profs are really focused in putting all their efforts into finally getting one in the win column. It was a tough matchup last time, but I think once they put their full effort towards this match and they really try to get themselves in the win column, hopefully they'll take the momentum and help them get their revenge tomorrow.
And it's something for tomorrow, looking forward to tomorrow. Something they're going to have to do is they're going to have to continuously play a 60-minute game. As we said, we saw the Ice Lions come out, and they were forechecking really hard. They were sending bodies in, taking up space. That's something that Coach said, that's something that it really affected them as the game went on. But as the game went on, he felt like they were the better 5-on-5 team, and it showed. I mean, when you give up 3 goals back to back to back, and you're able to claw back after that, that's some big momentum boosting, shifts for the Ice Lions, and the fact that the Profs are able to say, hey, 30 seconds later, we're putting one in here on the power play, that's huge. And it was all the young guys, too. The young guys coming up to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, that says a lot about Coach trusting the young guys. But I think the key to today's game is capitalizing the power play. In the last game, they did it okay, but I think that's where they have to make a strength today.
Yeah, and today you're going to see Rink back in net again. I mean, he had a phenomenal performance in net. I mean, if it wasn't for Rink last week, I don't know if the score would have been much different. I don't know if the Profs would have even, taken it to overtime. He just was making save after save, and in that first period, as we saw, when he was on that 2-on-1 coming down and, he flashed across and get his stick on that puck, lost his stick, and still able to get back and make another big save to keep the puck out not once but twice on back-to-back shots. It's huge, and that's big momentum-boosting plays, again, that we talk about. It's going to shift momentum for either team, and that's a big momentum shift for the team. And after that happened, you saw them coming out. The boys were ready. They were starting to throw the body. They have to play for their goalie, just like they play for each other.
Yeah, it's Rink, he was phenomenal, and they really played off his strength and the momentum they gave him. But you don't want to depend on your goalie to make that save, and be that momentum. Like you obviously you love and support your goal and everything he does, but you don't want to depend on him when it comes down to it.
So tonight we got the battle of the I guess you could call New Jersey Giants when it comes to universities, Rutgers and Rowan.
Battle of RU. See who the real RU is.
And you got Rutgers in their sleek black and red jerseys, and the Profs in their white, yellow, and brown. It's some really nice looking aesthetics with the jerseys as well.
Oh yeah, no, the Ice Knights, they got some swag to them.
And this is going to be definitely a matchup that the guys had to have been looking forward to in practice. Especially when you're going into a back-to-back. It's something that you got to ask yourself: are you mentally ready for this? Are you physically ready for this? And Coach DeMonte came out and said conditioning is the key. Conditioning is going to be what we do this week, and we're going to fly through these games.
Yeah, and he's right in saying that conditioning is key. Especially, skating up and down the rink, for 2 days in a row with the physicality that Rowan plays with. It's key that they make sure that they're solid.
So as the D3 team's off this week, they have a little bit of a break. I just want to look back on that win for them last week, that absolute domination against Stevenson. And, guys like Plank, you had, who is it? Canafora was really good. Fogelman was good for them. You had Rizal really good, but that Plank Condello line was really well. They were really, really well. That line that they had, Banak, they had 10 points combined in that game. I mean, that's incredible for 3 guys to combine for 10 points. I mean, I just want to look back at that and just, hats off to them for being able to do that, especially for Plank for scoring that hat-trick goal.
Oh, of course. It really showed how deep this program is, both at the D2 and the D3 level, and it shows how strong the Rutgers development is in their hockey.
And that's something that Coach DeMonte is going to look at as we go into back-to-back games. You might see your guy from the D3 here fill in spots. There might be a guy who might be away, or a guy who can't play a certain day because of injury. Those are games that are gonna affect you ultimately, and you're standing with this coaching staff.
Yeah, it's gonna be very key for tomorrow's game and today's game, just to see who's gonna be a key factor in just being mentally tough and being physically tough in this back-to-back.
And I think it's something that is to be said about both teams and their ability to play not only for themselves and their team, but for each other. Playing for your team is one thing, but playing for each other is another. And you saw these guys, like whether they were taking big hits or making bad plays. You see the guys, they're on the bench, they're talking to each other, they're keeping themselves lit up. And, these guys, these D2 guys, they have a buddy system. They're making sure that every veteran has a young guy to kind of take under their wing. And, I think that speaks a lot to this team wanting to be like a family. And, you don't get that everywhere. Not every team is going to think that way.
And, that family style kind of it shows in the ice. We saw when they played Penn State that no one touches their goalie. No one touches rink and gets away with it. And just when you have that, that physicality to back up, your personnel and not letting your goalie get pushed around like that, that speaks volumes to what this team is all about.
And, to be able to, even bring that up for, that camaraderie, that feeling. I mean, even the D3 squad is that way. And, these guys come into camp together. You get to skate together. You basically eat, sleep together. I mean, that's it. You guys just, live together at this point when training camp comes around, because there's not many people here on campus yet when that's happening. So the only people you rely on are each other. And I think that builds a lot of trust and camaraderie and, chemistry as well.
Oh, of course. Being with your brothers day in and day out, getting to know each other not just on the ice but off the ice, it can mean a lot. It can do a lot for you when you are, in the trenches, when you are, fighting for the 50-50s and in overtime. Unfortunately, in their last game, it just didn't work out in their favor. But the Profs, as we saw, are very resilient, and they're not gonna lay down. They're gonna get back out there, and they're gonna look to dominate this one today.
So I think something that we definitely need to touch on that I don't think gets enough appreciation is, again, the veterans, you know. These guys coming into the locker room to be leaders after losing most of your leadership core last year. You know, a lot of these guys graduating, and you're having guys like Cohen and Jimmer and other senior players coming to step up and take that role that was gone, you know, like they're coming in and working to be those new voices that are listened to in the locker room. And it's not easy. It's not an easy task, but these guys really seem to, you know, take it.
No, it's not an easy task, but that just goes right to just the voice of Coach DiMonte. You know, it's just a voice you trust that, you know, he laid down a foundation of what he wants the program to be, and every single person in this program has bought into it year after year, making sure that whenever seniors graduate and they've done their time, the juniors that are going to seniors, you know their next up and know their jobs going into the year.
And I think, you know, tonight's got to be a game of them tightening up. We talked about this before the broadcast, kind of what they need to do to kind of get themselves back, you know, not only on the win column, but in that win column, and kind of build off of this game. And they need to tighten up. You know, they need to tighten up, and they need to play a much better game.
Yeah, you know, they need to play a better game, not just in, you know, the physicality, of course, but in the little things. They need to start winning more 50-50 pucks.
And those are like the battles that end up, you know, really costing you. And in the beginning of that Penn State game, for about the first 10 minutes, as we discussed, you know, it was really all Penn State. Like the Profs were on their heels a little bit. I wouldn't say on their heels, but they were definitely in their own zone while they were maintaining it, and they were cautious about it. They weren't, I wouldn't say, giving up a ton of great chances. And when they really started getting going and they were forechecking effectively, that's when you had Owens able to score that first goal for them.
Yeah, it did take a while for them to get their legs under them in the first match, but I think, you know, it was also a wake-up call for them. Like, you know, we did so much to prepare, but we're just not at what we want to be. So I think if they're going to come out in this one hot, they're going to come out here with a fury, and I think they're going to do pretty well this match.
So, looking at the ice already, it's looking like we have another guy joining us here. Number 4, Chase Dyer. He is going to be playing tonight, it looks like. So it looks like it's going to be him, Pollock, and Scott for your forwards. And on the defensive end, you're going to have Egan and Holland. And as always, we have a rink starting in net tonight.
Just an overall great starting line so far.
welcome back here right after the lineups and the playing of the national anthem. We are back here at Hollydell Arena in Sewell, New Jersey for this Profs D2 matchup. You're joined by myself, Nick, and my partner, Kobe.
How we doing?
And we're ready for this Premier League matchup of the Profs versus the Ice Knights. I'm ready for this.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this one.
You know, I was talking about it before the game, but man, those jerseys down there are pretty sleek. They are really sleek.
Yeah, no, Rutgers got that New Brunswick fronting behind them.
But, you know, there's nothing like ours.
Oh, of course not. We're the real RU.
And here we go, ready to undergo, and the puck is dropped. And the Profs already coming out with a ton of energy here on the forward check, ready to go. Puck in the corner, coming over, back to the point, back down boards. On that over, to hit the top of the ceiling. I guess that was from a deflected puck. Maybe sent over by Dyer, but I wasn't really sure who threw that puck up. But it was definitely deflected onto the roof.
Exactly what we were talking about, starting off fast early.
There we go. And that's a shot, which again hit another stick. And that's an Ice Knight without a stick as he goes to get it. Puck back to the point. Shot in front. Just off. No, they're able to pick up the rebound. Puck back in front. Puck loose. Still loose, and it's going to be called for a whistle as I lost it myself. And really good energy already here from 1934 and 4 Dyer, Pollock, and Scott. Really good energy.
Yeah, you have to think that Diamante made it very apparent to his guys. I want to start off fast. I want to start off strong. Let's show them who we are.
And that's going to be, I think, a big thing we see tonight.
You know, let's just hope that the Profs don't burn themselves out early in this one and can, you know, keep the pace. Because, you know, like we said in the pregame, their goal was to focus on conditioning in this one.
And there's a guy out there for the forward core, number 25, Bianchi, as we're going to get a power play penalty on the Ice Knight, looks like. But number 25, Bianchi, isn't a guy that played last week, so that's a new addition to look forward to tonight. As DeMonte said, he was going to add a couple guys in the lineup for this game. So that's definitely someone we should be looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, maybe he can add some juice to this line.
And it looks like he was out there alongside number 14. I think it was 14. We'll have to see when they come back out. But we're going to go on the power play here with Scott taking the draw. Back on the points. Looks like you have Frateroli out there alongside Pollock. So we're going to go with 1D, 1 forward, back on that core here. On the left side is Dyer. On that right, the right wing, it's going to be 22. That's McDonald, one of the goal scorers from last week and the guy who scored that game-tying goal in the third period last week. As the puck was dumped back into the other end as the Profs get ready to go here. Puck's it over to Dyer as he kicks it up to his stick. Moving forward, looks like a little bit of a slash, but no call. Dyer brings it in, behind the net, back around, looks to set up. Sent to the point, it's to Pollock, back across.
Great spacing so far.
It's the point. Shot on net, fluttered. Might have gone off of the post there, top of the crossbar. Unsure if it was crossbar or glove, but that went up and out of play. Because they're going to need to grab another puck here.
Very solid spacing to start it off. You know, the Profs, they're patient. They're not, you know, yes, that one shot did seem forced, but they were waiting for the right opportunity when they saw an opening.
As the puck's dropped, the Profs are just all over this puck. Their forward check is just incredible right now as they're looking to get one early here. And that's Dyer with the shot, but just wasn't able to. That's a shot that came to, but wasn't able to get a shot off of the open net. Puck sent behind the net here, back to the point, sent back down to those left side boards, back down behind, moving the puck side to side here, back to the point, back to the top of the point. Oh, and Pollock just missed that puck. Is that sent across, and here comes a breakaway for the Ice Knights. And good play and good swarming by the Profs here. They're able to get there, and that was Pollock.
Really good recovery there by Pollock to not let that simple mistake get to his head.
And that was Frateroli who was on the right side for him. And that's Bonacci, who comes down, gets the puck, and scores. New guy to the roster tonight to play. Scores a goal in his first game. What a great goal at that. Taking the puck from that left side, forcing his way all the way to the zone, picking up his own rebound and just putting it in the back of the net. That is resiliency. That is something we've been talking about.
It's resiliency, speed. He gunned past everyone on the Ice Knight defense and just scoop and scored.
And that's something that, we're going to see, I think, a lot of, because they got the go-go juice tonight.
Yeah, they are outrunning the Ice Knights here early.
As the play gets back underway.
Let's just see if they can keep this pace up, because it's going to be hard to keep this pace up. They're like Speedy Gonzalez out there.
Puck dumped back in. That's a turnover in the zone. And the Profs the first one to get it back in the neutral zone. Sent back up. That was by Keys. Shot on net on rink. But able to just put that into the corner as it's sent behind the net. Profs looking to move up ice as they're pushing. Nothing there. Keys looking, pushes it up, but was stopped by an Ice Knight. And an Ice Knight just fluttered on that. But here come the Profs again, looking to enter into the zone. Puck drop back. Able to just control it, but lost it. That was Owens there, goal scorer from last week. Rink just kind of stopping it into the corner. Keys throws it back up. Profs looking to move out. Not much of a rush development. Oh, but there's Ngara again past 1-2. He's got a breakaway. Passes it across. Oh, and just couldn't get that over. And that's going to be a penalty on the Ice Knights already here. Another one. The Profs are going to go on the power play again.
That's their second in 2 minutes.
That was number 13, Owens, who was looking to get that puck in the back but was tripped up. So here we go again. Another power play for the Profs, still early on, 16:50 left in this first period. This is something you don't want if you're the Ice Knights.
Not at all, not at all. To get, 2 power plays this early into the game, it does not set the standard you want.
There's a puck across. Oh! What a save. As that puck was just beautifully thrown across ice and one-timed, but the Ice Knights goalie came up with a better save. Great shot, greater save.
Yeah. But the Ice Knights can't depend on their goalie. That was a phenomenal save, but the Profs, at this point, they're getting whatever they want. They're getting close to the net. They're getting, shots they want far from the net. You can't depend on the goalie. They have to lock up on defense.
The Profs set up here in the umbrella. So the puck's able to be kept back in. Coming down left side boards, kind of fluttering back to the point, dumped down to the left side boards, medium, to the top of the point here for that umbrella. Back across, back down to the face-off circle. Oh, just whiffed by a Prof that was. But the Profs are able to get it after a big hit in the corner over there. Back to that right side boards, back to the top of the point. And that's a shot on net, blocked away by the goalie. The puck's kind of on that right side board, going back down to the corner boards. So at the point, sent across to that left face-off circle, back to the top of the point. Shot, oh, just off. Puck jumps back in. The Profs are just swarming as that puck just is gonna get cleared just over the outreach stick of number 23. That's Nick Thomas.
That was a prayer of a clear. The Ice Knights were just trying to end that offensive possession by the Profs, but here we go again.
Profs dumping in, and they're the first ones again to take it, and oh, that was a big hit taken by Scott, but he kind of reversed hit him at the same time as the puck's dumped back out into the neutral zone. Looking to move it up with the Profs. 24 seconds left in this power play of the first period, 15-11 to go. As the Profs are looking to get one more rush up, 18 seconds left. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of confusion on the ice here. As the net is off. So the Ice Knights were trying to get the attention of the ref, but I don't think they saw it. But the net was off. And I was confused as to why they were yelling at first. I don't know if there was too many men or something, but luckily it's just
And like you heard them, the Profs were coming down with some speed there.
And luckily they didn't have to stop play if they had a scoring chance or whatnot. So we're gonna have the face-off here right outside of the zone, neutral zone face-off here for the Profs as they lose the face-off, but at first to get it in the neutral zone. Puck sent up.
Exactly.
Up those boards.
Exactly what we talked about in the pregame. Being the first one to 50-50s, just like their D3 squad was.
And that's a bad bounce as the Ice Knights able to get in. But great play. That was a great play again by Frateroli, making another great defensive play. As the puck's going to be on top of the net here. That puck just bounced over Frateroli's stick as it came down the boards, but was he able to get on his horse and get back and stop that breakaway attempt? He took away not only the middle of the ice, but he took away any shot.
I mean, what a chase down that was. Just to get on it, like get on his knees and dive for that one, to just stick his stick and to knock the puck away. Phenomenal play there.
And DeMonte said last week something that they want to do is get going through their defense, and tonight it's really showing their defense is moving. As that puck's taken out of the zone here. Sent to the middle, but just thrown away by an Ice Knight as it's coming back through the neutral zone. They're just swarming. There's just, anytime you see an Ice Knight with the puck, there are 2 to 3 props on them at all times.
They're not getting any air.
That's a big hit in that corner there. As the puck is kept in, dumped into that left side corner. Thrown in, but that was stopped by the goalie here.
Another chance prevented by the goalie.
And that was...
The Ice Knights are being very dependent early on their goalie.
And that was another guy in on that forecheck there that kind of made that play happen, number 33. That was Lupo. And he just kind of came in, he made that happen, you know, the forecheck. And that's... You're seeing some of these guys come in and, you know, with DeMonte adding people into the roster and taking guys out for game day, you're seeing these other guys trying to play a little harder now because they know that their spot isn't set.
And that's always a healthy thing to have when you're running a team. Always good to have competition. So, you know, no one knows that your spot is locked up, but you know that if you work hard and you play right, that you will play.
As the puck's taken into the neutral zone here, entering the zone. Ooh, and that was Scott that just took 2 hits, but was able to stay up on his feet, but wasn't able to get back to the puck as the Ice Knights turn it back over, but the puck goes right back to their stick. As now they're coming in through the neutral zone, entering the zone, looking for something, shot on net, easily thrown away by Rink. The Profs are looking to set up to get out of the zone, and that's and the puck just flipped over a Ice Knight stick. 2-on-1 developing. Scott just couldn't get that over as that was blocked by the goalie. And the Profs looking to get back into the zone here. That's Keys, that's a defenseman here working on 2 to 3 Ice Knights at one time here, saying, don't worry, we'll get this going. That's a shot on net. Unable to cover that up was the goalie, but he was able to pick it back off. And what work was that by Keys? Just working on multiple Ice Knights there to keep that puck.
He probably wasn't even aware that his line was subbing out for a new one.
That's just work to just say, hey, I'm going to put the team on my back here. You guys go get out.
I'll let you guys you know, take a quick 5. I got this.
As the faceoff's taken and thrown behind the back of the net here, Ice Knights with it. Looking to move forward as that flutters out. Profs are going to be the first one to get it, and that's going to be Keys. Keys taking his time, going behind the net here, behind Rink, as he moves it forward. Profs looking to get it, but just weren't able to connect there. 2 Profs back to the puck, though. As an Ice Knight is forechecking, but the forecheck hasn't been effective. That's a turnover here. Ice Knights get it, but that's just a little bit of a flutter going right into the chest of Rink.
You know, when you look at both teams offensively, the Profs definitely seem more structurally sound. You know, they have a system they want to play, and they're letting the spacing do the work. But the Ice Knights seems like they're playing very all over the place without much.
And that's going to be going into the zone here. Profs first one to it, looking for something, looking for help as he goes behind the net, looking, surveying, goes back to the point, shot from the point, just couldn't get a tip on that. Was that number 25, Bianchi? But again, that's work that we're seeing by these guys, getting into the zone and working and working and working. Something we didn't see consistency last week, and now we're seeing that consistency.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see the message that coach put in. You know, he definitely said, hey, if our D3 guys can win every 50-50 puck, why can't we? And I think that really, you know, really stuck with, you know, the Profs, because they're really putting their effort into getting every single puck that they can.
11:50 left in this first period. Profs with the 1-0 goals. They scored on their first power play of the game pretty early on, as they're looking to move the puck up. Puck into the corner. Profs looking to get it. And that's kind of flooded off other shot from the corner. The Ice Knights are looking to move up, looking, make a move inside, outside, but lost that puck with great defense there. As the Profs are looking to move it up, and this could be a 2-on-1 developing. Oh, but the Ice Knights get back. But the Profs still have control of the puck as they're just looking to send it up. But they're just winning these forechecks and, you know, these board battles. Just working, and that's something that, you know, they definitely need to do. As the pucks drop into the neutral zone, gaining the zone, dumping it in. Ice Knights goalie out to play it, but wasn't able to get it as that was flying around the zone here. Dumped in deep, Profs to get it. Looking from the corner boards. Oh, puck and sent across, but nothing there. Just the Ice Knights goalie stood them up, shot back. Puck back over, dump back in deep. It's back to the point, sent back in. First of the puck's gonna be Zingara as he sends it back across. Profs all over it. The Ice Knights are able to come up with it as it goes back to the point. Profs first to get there. And that's gonna be an ice. I was unsure too if that was gonna be an icing call, but luckily for them it was, because there were 3 Ice Knights coming down at them.
You know, early in this game, you know, I gotta give credit to the Profs defense. You know, if they're making any mistake on offense, they're getting back on defense hard and fast, trying to get to that puck to prevent, you know, one-on-one with the goalie.
You know, and already you've seen a lot of rubber thrown onto the Ice Knights goalie here tonight. As they continue to work as the Profs, puck in that left side corner, up the left side boards. Lost it, but that was picked up by the goalie again. Another shot. And the Profs are just getting whatever they want in the zone right now. 10:05 left in the first. And we got to talk about that goal by Bihanchi again. That power play goal, him working on that left side, coming across to just shooting it, putting his own rebound, and just putting it back in. Just incredible.
Impeccable stick play by him.
As the Profs continue to work to look to double up their lead here. Sent the puck in deep, sent around the boards. Ice Knights goalie unable to get it. He kind of fluttered out there. Looked like he lost his footing. Luckily for him, he didn't fall all the way down because that would have been bad. As the Profs are in the zone and 2 Profs go down. No calls. As the Ice Knights have it. Profs fired. Oh, just couldn't get it after that. Empty net there. As the Ice Knight fell as he lost the puck. Profs looking to keep it in, but unable to. Puck just kind of fluttered in on net. And he's going to opt to hold on to it here. And again, that's just pressure. You know?
I mean, you got to think, you know, the Ice Knight goalie definitely wants some air there after constantly getting pressured there.
You know, at some point, you know, the pressure's going to boil up and it's going to explode. And when that's going to happen, is that going to mean a ton of goals for the Profs, or is it going to be the other way because they waited too long?
The Profs had one early. You can only imagine if they get another one, you know, the floodgates may open.
As the puck is won by the Ice Knights and they send it all the way back around as the Profs take it back to their own zone. Flooded in the neutral zone, but couldn't connect. 2 Profs. They're looking to move back in here. Forward check by the Ice Knights, and that's a big hit. And that was a hit taken by Jimmy Pollock, but he was able to send it in Dyer to the puck. Looking to move it. Back to the point. Back across. Wide open shot. Oh, that was a shot from that right side face-off circle left to the goalie as the puck's dumped back into the Prof zone. Ice Knights completing a change. The Profs are looking to move it up, and that's a puck almost turned over at the center there. Very dangerous play, but the Profs come out lucky. Profs looking to move it. No numbers as they're coming down on a 2-on-4. That's going to be a shot, and that was from Ardite, one of the defensemen again. And the defense is just working. They're just taking the puck up as much as they can tonight.
Yeah, I don't remember a substantial period of time where the Ice Knights controlled the puck. You know, from my memory, I just see, you know, no matter what, you know, side of the ice, you know, that the puck is, it always seems that there's a white jersey with it.
And that's Egan with the puck as he's going to take it behind his own net. Kind of taking his time, pushes it up the side of the boards to Holland, his partner. But Holland unable to get there as the Ice Knights take it once again. Puck sent in. Holland going behind the net, first one there.
It was a very lackadaisical pass there.
Going to take his time, waiting for something to develop. Profs in no rush with a 1-0 lead. Here with 7:39 left in the first period.
I don't think you want to do this if you're the Profs, letting the Ice Knights, get their breath under them.
As the Profs look to move forward, that puck is taken away by an Ice Knight, fluttered back into the neutral zone. Profs once again looking to move it up. That's Egan. The puck center back in. Holland, first one to it in the neutral zone. As he avoids a hit, but still does a little bit of a 360 on his knees there after that contact. Puck sent back into the neutral zone. Egan making the play to step up. Frateroli with the puck, loses it, gets it to an Ice Knight. Falls on top of him after the Ice Knight fell. Puck was in front, but we're able to make some great defense here once again. And that's going to be another penalty on the Ice Knights as the Profs get rinked to the bench. They touch up, and that's going to be a penalty. And that was some boil over there by the bench. Did you see that?
I did.
And that's something you want to see. If you're the Profs and you're frustrating this team, that's something you want right now.
Absolutely. And it's affecting the game. That's their third penalty, leading to the Profs' third power play.
We said something last week about the Profs is that their special teams is what carried them. And they were 2 for 3 last week on the power play. Let's see if they can do it again. They're going on their third. They're 1 for 2. This is going to be their third power play here. Let's see if they can do it again as Scott's going to take the face-off on the left face-off circle right of the Ice Knights goalie.
There's a little confusion here with the Ice Knights coach, but it looks like everything's sorted out now.
6:46 left in this first period. The puck is won by the Profs. They're bringing it behind the net, looking to set up. Sent back up to the point as they're going to start to set up to get into this umbrella here. Shot on net, and that was able to be just thrown away by the Ice Knights goalkeeper as they're looking, sent behind. Sent back to the side. Puck sent on net, sent back. Oh, and that just fluttered over his stick. And that fluttered over, it looks like Frateroli.
When the Ice Knights clear the puck, it's not really with much rhyme or reason. It's kind of like, let's get it out of here, and hopefully we can get to it.
And that was Pollock who lost the puck there. But Profs able to get the puck back. As they're working in, that's Scott. Sends it over. Dyer going to get it, but wasn't able to. Puck sent back to the point. Frateroli with the puck. Looking to move it, makes a couple moves. Pollock with it, sends it down as they start to rotate. Send it back to the point. Shot on, fluttered and just taken up by the Ice Knights goalies. That was just a little bit of a flutter and looking for somebody to redirect that puck. 50 seconds left on this power play. Third power play of the night for the Profs as they were able to go 1 for 2, 1 for 1 on their first one.
Yeah, I mean the Ice Knights, three penalties this early. That's not good. And the Profs on the other side, playing fairly clean.
As puck sent back in, Rink is getting it. Gonna kind of just hold it. I don't think we're gonna see him do what Matt Lynch did last week, but that's okay.
No, he's just doing his job.
As the puck sent back up.
Not trying to do anything extra.
Puck sent it to the corner boards here, back to the left side boards. Looking to set up, back to the point. Cross. Looking to move it, back to that right face-off circle. Shot, not able to get it by as the Ice Knights again make a great play. A little whack, a little bit of a meeting there. A couple friendly things said. I don't think they're asking them exactly what they're doing for dinner, but.
Oh, yeah, no, just it's the typical, how's your day going? How's the family? I'm sure, just friendly banter.
As we set up here on the right face-off circle, left to the Ice Knights goalie. And that's going to be out of play. Just trying to get that out of. They're just trying to get the puck out of their own zone as they're on their heels, and they've been on their heels a lot tonight.
Yeah, it feels like it should be a much, bigger lead by the Profs, but they're just now able to finish when they shoot.
And that's 5 seconds left on this power play here. Profs looking to get at least one more shot on the power play. Shot from the point, fluttered around. And the Ice Knights goaltender is able to get that. There's a little whack, not much. Just looking to get the puck out of the air there. As another Ice Knight fell on top of their own goalie. As we're going to be back to even strength hockey here in the first period. 4:45 left to go here. Looks like we have a couple of the D3 guys hanging out in the building tonight, just walking around, supporting their guys. D3 coming off of that 7-2 win last week. They're off this week as they get a little bit of a break, but they're back to action next week.
And who knows, we might see some of them play tomorrow.
We got a back-to-back. This is the first of the back-to-back as the Profs are gonna travel up to Penn State. And we're getting another power play here as the Ice Knights are going back to the box for their 4th penalty of the night.
I cannot imagine how infuriating the Ice Knight, coach is.
And that's something. So this is just something that they gotta work on if you're the Ice Knights coming into this, second period, 4:28 left. You gotta work on some discipline because the Profs are gonna score another one. It's only a matter of time. They're 2 for 3 last week.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good percentage.
That's the key word that's definitely gonna be used during the intermission break. Just discipline, discipline, discipline. He's gonna say that we're honestly lucky that they haven't scored more during these power plays.
There's a puck sent across back to that right face-off circle. Looking to move it back as they're set up in the umbrella once again on the power play. Shot just fluttered in over the net. Back off those back end boards. Dyer lost the puck but is able to regain it. Looking. Sent in the middle. Oh, just wasn't able to score with that Skies. He got his stick on it, but it just went wide of the net. He's looking again, looking to set up. As he sends it over that boards. Oh, one-time shot by Dyer, but the Ice Knights goaltender was just able to get there. Profs looking to move it again. Shot in front. Not much there. That was again batted away, but at least 4 to 5 shots on net in this power play so far. As a shot, it's goal! What an absolute snipe from that right circle. The Profs make them pay once again. And that was Frateroli with the goal, the guy we've been talking about on the defensive end so far tonight, coming out and just making them pay.
That was an absolute missile by Frateroli there. Just got it, one-timed it, and launched to the back of the net. The goalie didn't stand a chance with that one.
And that's the second power play goal, and the Profs have a really good percentage on the power play so far this season. And that's going to be their 4th power play goal in the year in their second set of play here.
I said that it was going to be important for the Profs to do well on the power play. I didn't know that there were this many power play opportunities.
I guess you can say there's a broadcaster's blessing sometimes, too, and it feels like we might have a little bit of that tonight.
A little bit.
Hopefully we don't get too much of a curse, but right now let's see if we could be a bit of a blessing.
Let's just stay positive and just roll with it.
As the face-off's going to come here to the left side of rink, left face-off circle. Profs looking to win this defensive face-off to get moving. Even strength hockey. Puck's moved up. That's going to be by Frateroli once again. Frateroli making a move off the boards to himself, across. Oh! And that was a great pass across, but just wasn't able to finish that. As the puck is just kind of taken off there, as that was, that was a big hit. And that's Conlon. That's the big man Conlon getting in there to do some work there. Coming in, saving the puck from leaving the zone, looking like a linebacker there.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the play by the Ice Knight goalie there? When they came to that one slap shot early in possession, it looked like Keanu Reeves-esque the way he was matrixing that puck.
2:59 here, and I think the Ice Knights goalie can't wait for this period to end because he has seen a lot of shots tonight.
He's just going to be quiet to himself there, just like getting his breath, just letting the coach speak and tell everyone that, guys, we got to be more disciplined.
As the Profs had to get another player out there, so they win the face-off back to the point. Puck just kind of fluttered. Ice Knights first to it. Looking to move into the offensive zone here, and they just kind of flutter it in. Rink's going to take it, and he's just going to opt to cover it up.
And look at the defense there. We just saw it. Everyone came through to get to that puck.
And that's just a wall of guys right there. Nobody's going to be able to get past them.
They beat everyone. They beat every single Ice Knight. Not a single matchup was lost there.
So face-off's won here. Right side, but the Ice Knights are able to get it as the Profs tried to clear. Better than front, still loose in front of the net, but the Profs are able to get there. Moving up the puck. That's going to flutter in for an icing. As the Profs are just trying to run away with this game at some point. 2 for 4 on the power play right now. 2-0 lead. 2:34. Lots of twos. I'm saying two a lot.
It happens.
As we're going to go into the second period soon. First intermission, though. 2:34 left here. Puck won by the Profs as that's moved up. That's going to be by Lupo.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the Profs has won the majority of the face-offs so far.
I think they've, oh, and that's a big hit behind the net. That's an ice line that got rubbed out in that back corner there. Shot on, just kind of wide, but they're going to take it. And I think that was by McDonald who made that hit. That was an absolute
He got
body. That's a body.
Body.
Again, we talk about these guys looking like linebackers, and you know, showed it again.
Yeah, they're definitely much tougher than me.
The Profs look to shoot it on net, but that goes wide. Puck kind of up the boards, and that's going to be fluttered out of the zone as the Profs are going to take their time. 2:05 left in this first period. The Ice Knights able to regain the puck here. Looking to move it up. And they're just going to dump it in. Profs going to be first one to get there, and you can just hear the communication from up here. Just communication on the ice and from the bench of just when they have a man on or there's a guy coming to them, you just hear it.
And look how fast that possession switched. The Profs won that skirmish, got the little, like a very, very light clear out, and then everyone was off to the races.
And that's going to be a shot from the point. Oh, fluttered in front, it's still there. And a loose puck, and that's going to be a goal. That's going to be Zingara's goal there, as the puck was just kind of there. Not really sure if anybody knew where it was, but they were just trying to bat it around, and they were able to find the puck as Zingara makes them pay for not being able to clear that puck and just kind of just left it out there.
I mean, you can just see how gassed the Ice Knights goalie is. I mean, he kind of just laid on his back for that one, just reaching for dear life, trying to stop anything, and he just couldn't.
And this is what we were talking about, the pressure, the pressure, the pressure. It builds up, and it's gonna happen. And that's gonna be their first even strength goal of the night here for the Profs. As they're already back in the zone again, shot there, taken off. The Ice Knight goalie's just gonna kind of cover it up. And they covered it up pretty quick before they were able to even, see where the puck was.
That was a leap of desperation to go onto that puck.
As it looks like the women's team is just coming in here from their trip up to Villanova. See them kind of bringing their stuff in. As the Profs getting set once again for the left side face-off right to the goalie. Profs looking to extend their lead from 3 to 4. So they just scored another goal here. 2 of their goals came on forms of the power play. One of it from an even strength goal, which just happened. And it's going to be an interference call. And the Profs are going to be the first one to finally go to the box. And that's going to be Chase Dyer, number 4. And the Profs are going to have to be on the penalty kill here with 1:04 left. So we're going to have some carryover time if the Ice Knights don't score in this period.
Yeah, we saw how the Profs were when they had the advantage. So let's see what they can do on the defensive side of it.
And that's Conlon that was taking the face off. They lost it. Ice Knights able to get it, dumped it in deep. Profs sent it behind the net, but that was just misread there. Ice Knights to it.
That could be costly.
Looking to cut the lead from 3 to 2. Rink throws it away.
Great block there by Rink.
Puck set up. Here goes Conlon as he's moving. Keys with him. Looking for a 2-on-0 break. Oh, just wasn't able to get there.
That was great defense by Murphy.
Profs is kind of battling out. 30 seconds left in this first period. 1:25 left on that Chase Dyer penalty. As they're going to move it across. Conlon to it. It's going to take a rip from the point. Not able to get through the couple bodies. And a Prof is taken out by 2 of the Ice Knights down there. That was Keys. Ice Knights going to move into the zone, but just nothing coming of it. They're just moving really slow. They just want this period to end, I think, as well. The Profs look to move it up. That was kept in by an Ice Knight.
And
1 second.
do it.
And that'll do it for the period. And that was just a great period by the Profs here. Good work from them. So something the Profs did really well, as we talked about, was getting up early, getting on the jump, and just attacking, is something that they did well, and something that Coach DeMonte really, talked about this week. Getting these guys up, getting these guys flying in the cardio, the conditioning. You can see it. These guys are ready to go. They've been fighting this whole game. The additions of Bianchi and Lupo have been big. Bianchi scoring that first goal in the power play. Fred Rowley scoring the second one in the power play. And Singara scoring that even strength goal for the boys.
Yeah, their conditioning, it was very important to start off, the period, but as it went on, it's like they didn't really need it that much because the power play was always in their favor, so they could always take their time with the puck and take advantage. So I guess even when they had the advantage, their conditioning still worked out for them even then.
All right. So it's going to be the first intermission here, as we're going to get ready to go.
Coming up now for our intermission report is Nick Manchi. Going into the second period, the Profs are going to have to. Going to the second period, it's very important that the Profs keep their pace up. They did a great job being very, very good and staying strong with their conditioning. And the power play was such a strong point for them in building this 3-0 lead early.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to the intermission report. This is the Rowan Profs 3-goal first period. It started out with a absolute explosive hockey team coming out the Rowan locker room. What do you think going into that first period? What would you have to say about it?
I said it in the pregame. I thought it was very important for the Profs to come out hot, and they did just that. And I think that their pacing overwhelmed the Ice Knights, and leading to the Ice Knights making countless mistakes getting into the penalty, which gave the Profs early opportunities in the power play.
I agree with you on that. Profs are 19 for 28 on the faceoffs coming into this. Rutgers they cannot keep up with the tempo that the Profs have set up. They got 2 of their 3 goals from the power play. And Rutgers can't even get into the zone and have a clear-cut zone entry unless it's off a Profs mistake.
19-20 for faceoff that is an absurd statistic. You have to imagine what the Ice Knight coach is just telling his team. We have to win faceoffs, we have to win those 50-50s, and we can't be out-hustled like we are.
Oh.
And I think the key of what he's telling them above anything else is we have to play clean.
And they have not been doing that so far. They have 4 power plays. Rowan is 2 for 4 on the power play. So far, they are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. They do have 56 seconds of power play time to kill off. But if you were the Rowan head coach right now, what would you say going into the locker room?
I'd say let's keep our pace up. We're dominating them. We're dominating them physically. We're dominating them, in the conditioning side of it, and play our game. Let them make the mistakes that they're making, and let's keep on capitalizing them.
Now, another thing I have is the puck movement. For the Profs, it's just overall better. Have you noticed that? What are your thoughts on that? Because from what I've seen, Rutgers just cannot hit those bang-bang passing plays that the Profs have been able to make, especially to capitalize on their first power play goal. Yeah,
what I've noticed is that there's very little structure to what the Ice Knights have. They're just chasing after the puck, hoping that they can get an open opportunity. But they're not getting them. But when the Profs have the puck, they're patient, they're waiting. Their spacing is good. Everyone's moving off the puck, trying to get open, trying to get those close open shots. And even far out, they're being successful as well. I think one play, their second goal, was a slap shot right in the middle of the ice. And it couldn't be stopped by the defense.
No, Rowan just has to keep shooting the puck. So far, they are outworking them, like we've said. They are dominating them on the faceoffs. If we're going to keep taking these penalties, why not? Let's keep taking them. Let's keep racking up the power play points. Our power play is significantly, from the first period, I'd say significantly better than Rutgers.
Yeah, and you even saw it. The amount of shots on goal really got to the goalie of the Ice Knights. In one play, he just laid on his back. You would think out of just pure exhaustion because he just was working so much.
You can see the desperation that he's trying to put in to stop these pucks, but it's the defense in front of him just has to play better.
Yeah, you know, if you keep on doing this, your goalie can't be the hero for that much longer.
No, he can't.
Closing the period there, he had to dive out of his zone to get onto the puck because he just wanted to stop it so he himself could get a breath. And hopefully there was some sort of reset. But you got to think that if that keeps on being the case, he's going to mess up 1 to 2 more times, and that's going to grow the lead for the Profs, especially if they keep on controlling the puck the way they are. You know, I feel like anytime there's a 50-50, there's 2 to 3 Profs to 1 Ice Knight.
Absolutely.
And
I think the Profs are just overall outworking the Ice Knights, like we said earlier. Great point that you just said right there. Talking about those board battles, those battles against the boards, the Profs always have more men than the Ice Knights do on the boards. It's 2 to 1 always in favor of the Profs. Even on the penalty kill right here, when the puck was battled into the corner right here, the Profs were the first one on the puck. They're outworking them. They're working them with speed, and they're physically outworking them, despite Rutgers having the physically bigger team.
Yeah, and they're physically bigger, but they're not playing bigger. You know, they're not going for those big hits because they're just not getting to the puck in time. You know, it doesn't get to the opportunity where like, oh, like if the puck's here, you know, I can hit the guy and get the ball after and get the puck after, but the puck is gone by the time they even get to their guy. And that's affecting them in all aspects of their game.
Another thing I've noticed is the Rutgers line changes has costed them a number of odd man rushes the other way for the Profs. What's your message to the Rutgers team going into this intermission? We've talked about the Profs, what you would say. What about Rutgers? How would you turn the tide for them?
Discipline, discipline, discipline. We can't give them the free opportunities that we're giving them. Way too many power plays. I think that was four total power plays. 2 power plays
by the same player.
Yeah. You know, 4 to 1 is that's just absurd. And you can't take that. It's very, you know, it's a tough match to see. It's very, very tough to see that. And I think that the main goal and the main point that their coach is going to say is we have to be disciplined. We can't have power plays. And if we do, we can't just lay down. We have to keep on fighting.
Well, absolutely. A 3-goal first period for the Profs. Definitely the hot start they were looking for tonight. Rutgers seemingly cannot find the answer to the Profs' defense and offense right now. Even on the power play, they can't enter the zone. They can't set up. They can't do their passing plays that they want to, that Rowan is doing. And like I said, we're going to end it on a 3-goal first period. A beautiful first period from Rowan. That's going to do it for the intermission report. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to hand it back to our play-by-play announcer.
And welcome back to Saturday Night Hockey here at Hollydell Ice Arena in Sewell, New Jersey, as the Rowan Profs are taking on the Rutgers Ice Knights. I'm here, Nick, along with Kobe, as we take you through the action here. And a lot of action it's been for the Profs.
Absolutely. Yeah, just the Profs at that point.
As this is a Premier League action tonight, not ACHA, as it's a different division. But it doesn't matter, as they're taking it as if it's, ACHA play. And, they're taking it to the Ice Knights. As they're winning 3-0 right now as we hear the music as the Profs are going to get ready to enter back on the ice soon. And what are you seeing so far from tonight?
I'm seeing just a night and day effort from both sides. There's no effort in 50-50 pucks. There's zero effort, chasing after and playing physical at all. And that's showing. The Profs are getting whatever they want right now.
As the Profs are coming back onto the ice, getting ready. And I always love the tradition watching them when they're coming back on to hit the bell, ring the bell. And it's something fun for them. And, they're very excited. They're playing some really good hockey tonight. And, it's something that you're seeing. Like these guys from last week, it's a different effort, from the puck drop. And we're going to see if it carries over here in the second period as they're going to look to really push themselves forward again and build on this lead that they already have.
Yeah, I mean, if they play like they did in the first, I can't imagine how big this lead's going to get.
And, it says a lot about, what this team is able to accomplish when everything's rolling on all cylinders here. And, 3 goals in one period is no slouch in any level of the game.
Absolutely.
As the Profs are still coming down here. The Ice Knights netminder I hope he got a nice little break because that was definitely a rough period for him.
I mean, he still looks tired even in warm-ups.
And you see the backup goaltender coming over to him, talking to him. And, it's definitely something rough. Hopefully he's talking about maybe not wanting to come out, but it might happen. I mean, they're definitely still discussing it. It's a possibility that he could end up being pulled at some point, especially if, the Profs are still going.
It's going to be a very excited second period.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to continue to work as we see some of the D3 guys coming back in to continue to support these guys playing tonight.
You love seeing that in the program, every single level. Even the women's showing up to the sport. The Profs.
As the goaltenders are ready to go and the team's getting ready to go, and we're going to get ready to go, huh?
I've been ready.
As this team is getting ready to start the second period here, taking a look back at the first. Bianche scored in the first 2 minutes of the game on the power play goal, which the Ice Knights went on pretty early. Then at 3:42 left in the first, Frateroli got on the board again on another power play. And Zagora scored at 1:22 left in that first on a little broken play in front of the net as the puck is underway here in the second period. And the Ice Knights already looking like they have a little more life here as they're pushing into the zone first, carrying it up as they're still on the power play. It's a little bit of power play time. Did carry over from that dire penalty.
Great stake play there.
And we're going to get a face-off here to the... We're going to get a... No! We're getting an offsetting penalties here.
Looks like, yeah. Don't know what happened there.
The Ice Knight doesn't look too happy about it, but that's number 17. That's going to be Holland, who's going to go to the bench or to the box for the Profs.
I said it during the intermission break that the Profs are currently winning their faceoffs 19-20, and that's an alarming rate if you're a part of the Ice Knights. And maybe change up the looks. Maybe try someone new in their faceoffs, because 19-20, that's just not what you want.
And faceoffs are such a big part of this game. Oh, as that puck gets fluttered by. Here we go, Profs on the run, 3-on-2. Puck's in the front. Oh, just couldn't finish was Conlon as he got that and a break in front. And the Ice Knights are going back up. They don't have numbers. It's a 3-on-3. Profs are able to get the puck back. Sent across was that by an Ice Knight.
Great recovery there by the Profs.
Center of the ice here, shot one time. Rink's able to just snag that up. But oh, what a chance that was for Conlon, who just couldn't get it to go in the backhand.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what we like to see. You know, the Profs continuing their pace. You know, they looked a little gassed to start this period, but not on that break. Not on that break.
Well, they're going back to the box, and it's going to be another power play opportunity here for the Ice Knights, as that's going to be Conlon going to the box. And the Ice Knights have a 5-on-3. And that's just going to be an easy glove save. As Dyer's going to be out of the box here. Yeah, this is an opportunity here for the Ice Knights. Back-to-back power plays. They had a 5-on-3 for only 8 seconds. I know it's 8 seconds, but it's still a big opportunity. But they were just able to snag that with Rink.
Yeah, that's 8 seconds where you could have gotten a much better shot.
Face-off's going to be the right here. As the puck's batted in behind the net. Profs looking to work it. 5-on-4. As the Profs are down a man for the penalty by Conlon. Puck wasn't able to get centered out as that goes back to the point to the Ice Knights. Batted in off of the head of an Ice Knight. I think that was his head. Profs are able to get there. As that's Keys working it in the corner.
You know, I'm sure, you know, when they were talking about discipline in the Ice Knight locker room, I'm sure, you know, coach was saying, you know, guys, we got to play smart. We got to use our heads. But I'm not sure if that's what he was talking about.
And Zagara just walked the line as he was trying to get the puck in as they were offsides. And that was 23 Nick Thomas who was offsides there. That's fine as the Profs continue to work. Able to get the puck up into the zone. Sent down to the Ice Knights. Tendy he just sends it up, looking to get it going. But nothing there as the Profs are able to take the puck away once again. And the Profs are going to be the ones to get there. That's going to be Scott. Turned over. Oh, and Thomas just lost it as the Ice Knights tender was out. But Thomas was able to get it back. Shot. Rebound. But Scott was just unable to get there as he takes a big hit there.
I'm getting some
Thomas
deja
once
vu.
again.
I'm definitely getting some deja vu from the first period. You know, despite the Profs being, you know, down a man, they're keeping their pace up and winning the 50-50. I mean, look at that hit.
And that's a big rub out in the corner there, and that was by number 4, Chase Dyer, as he was the one that took the first penalty here on this power play. 26 seconds left to go, as that puck's gonna be batted out of play off of a stick of a Prof. And that was just a big play. And those offsetting penalties, the one that went to Holland, that's going to finally be over as Holland's going to rejoin his team on the bench here. And that's just some really good work we're seeing once again. And the Profs are starting to wake up here in this second period once again, as they did in the first. Coach Dan DeMonte back behind the bench as he was running a little late coming back from that D2 women's game versus Villanova. Dyer to the puck. As the Ice Knight Minder gave it away, but the Ice Knights have it. They're moving, but no numbers. Once again, that's something we're seeing here from them too on their breakouts. There's no numbers for them. They're breaking out 1 guy, 2 guy, but there's always 3, 4 guys back for the Profs, and they're playing a nice little neutral zone trap here, letting them move. And that's Conlon out of the box. He gets back to the bench to change up.
Yeah, and when you have those numbers, those are the best opportunities you're gonna get, you know, in a game. So to see that the effort isn't there, that's going to affect you.
And that's an Ice Knight who got rubbed out. And that's going to be a penalty here on Scott. Scott's going to go to the box. It's going to be interference. And now we're talking about discipline. Now it's got to be on the other end here for the Profs. They're playing some really undisciplined hockey here.
They're not playing their game here.
And Thomas is not happy with himself. Scott's not happy with himself as he goes into the box and he slams that door.
Very aggressive door close there.
He's not happy with that one, and he knows that that's one that you shouldn't be doing. I know you want to rub somebody out sometimes, but you got to be careful. Take your time, and, you know, it's something that's going to hurt your team. I know you're up 3-0, but 3-0 in hockey could be 3-1, 3-2, 3-3 any second, so.
It's a fast-paced game. Things can change very quick.
The Ice Knights continue to set up here on the power play. Moves it over to that right side all by himself. There's a nice shot on that, but that's blocked. The Profs looking to move it up. Nobody there, but they're just going to kind of dump it in now. As they were looking originally to maybe get it out of the zone and work it up, but we just dumped it in. And that was by number 19, Pollock. He was the one that just dumped it. So the Profs looking to, once again, kill another penalty here. 3rd of the game. But that shot's just wide.
And if you look at how the Ice Knights are on offense, it's very little movement off the puck. Just waiting for their opportunity, but not very active in their waiting.
And that's the Profs once again sending it up. Now they're able to get some fresh legs, at least on the offensive standpoint. As Conlon and Pollock both go to the bench. Jumping on for them is McDonald.
So far, the Ice Knights are wasting their opportunity with the power play.
And I think number 14 is Deneen from the D3 squad. I think that's who's up tonight. I'm trying to figure out who that number 14 is tonight, and I believe that's who it is. It's going to be Deneen, number 14 from that D3 squad, jumping up here tonight to help out the D2 process there. Getting set for this back-to-back as they have a game tomorrow that they're traveling up to Penn State for. It's going to be a nice little hike for them.
From what I remember, Deneen did show out, was hustling very hard in their match against Stevenson.
He was one of those guys on that penalty kill who was just moving nonstop. As he gets again, puck sent back in on net.
Got to catch him sleeping there.
Ice Knights looking to move behind the hat. They're in no rush to get moving, which they should be in a little bit of a rush here as they're moving up the puck now. Right side boards into the neutral zone. Just lost it, but able to regain the puck. Coming up behind the net, stops.
And like we said, no numbers.
Back to the point as they're moving it back across. Right side face-off circle. Shot blocked. Profs looking to get there first. That's Deneen. He's not able to. Puck sent down. Profs are able to get there, but the Ice Lions pick their pocket. Ice Knights pick their pocket. These ice teams are going to get me confused as we keep going down the ice here.
Yeah, that's the nature of club hockey. Can't exactly use the same name.
As the Profs look to forecheck effectively here. And they're able to get the puck sent in. That was Lupo who took a hit on the boards there in front of the bench. Lupo again getting there, one of the additions to this game tonight. Didn't play last week.
And look how the Profs are doing in those little skirmishes against the wall.
The puck sent in deep. Lupo looking to get down there. Unable to be the first one there, but working in to get a hit on. Puck sent in. Ooh, almost trickled there, but just trickled off. Frateroli with the puck. Sends it back up to Keys. Keys able to get there. Two Ice Knights there, harassing him a little bit. Keys able to get the puck, sends it across. 4-on-3 developing here, shot blocked. Profs able to get there. Oh, that was a big hit taken. And that was from Garrison, who just took that big hit, who did not like that hit at all.
No.
He got up and made sure to say something.
Yeah, but you gotta love just the mentality. He knew he was gonna get hit there, but he still sat in there just waiting to launch his shot.
I don't know if that was Frateroli that kind of stopped him from doing that, but someone stopped him, put his stick up and said, hey man, go back to the bench. It isn't worth taking a penalty here. As the Profs lose the face-off here and the Ice Knights take it.
We got another period after this one. I'm sure we'll get it.
Oh, and that's a big hit. And that was from number 5, Ardite. This is on autopilot sometimes.
And it's getting chippy.
So we're going to get a little action behind the net here. And we're going to get a penalty, and that's going to be on the Profs. And that's going to be on Ardite.
Yeah, I mean, just a blatant hit there. Wasn't even trying to hide it.
And he's asking, why is he going to the box?
Which is hilarious, because he clearly decked the guy there.
But he's going to get called for interference. So I don't know if there was interference on that play. I don't know if it was something from beforehand that happened, but he's getting called for interference. So the Profs, again, are going to be back on the penalty kill here. They're going to send out, looks like Conlon again to take the face-off.
Let's see how the Ice Knights do here with another advantage.
Fourth of the period for the Ice Knights. 13-13 left in this period. 3:48. That's going to be a double minor on the power play there.
Wow.
So they're going to have to serve 4 minutes. The Profs. This coach comes over to talk to Prof in the box. That's, again, number 5, Ardite. As it seems like a little bit of the energy has been taken out here in this building as the Profs are going to have to, kill that 4-minute power play. That was a block shot, and that's Egan who's down.
Yeah,
and he's hurt. He is hurting. He is limping. They need to clear this puck to get him off the ice here.
It looks at the Ice Knights.
Oh, and he blocks another one.
They know they got the 4 minutes, and they're using it.
And that was 2 big blocks by Egan, number 3. And he is not putting any weight on that leg there. And he is hurt, and you can see he is hurt. I don't know if we're going to see the trainers come over here, but he blocked 1 shot, looked like on his right thigh, 1 shot over on his left leg, and he is in pain, not putting any pressure on that leg. He's going to take a seat here. We're going to see if the trainers are going to come over, or if he's going to be fine. But he's in a lot of pain right now, and that is...
It was even a struggle to get over the wall.
You give a lot of credit to guys that can go out there and block shots as the Profs continue to work. And that's 2 Ice Knights down as one collapse into the other. As the Ice Knights continue to work to the neutral zone here, looking to get into the offensive zone to set up for their power play once again. As they break the zone, looking for something, turns back to the point, back to left side point, shot. Not much there, as that was just shot right onto rink.
The Ice Knights are wasting their opportunity. They have a huge opportunity with when they were given a 4-minute power play. And the shots on goal, not that frequent as you would think it would be. Because they're controlling the pacing of the puck, as you would assume one would when you're up a man.
As the Ice Knights have the puck, they're just going to kind of get centered over, as that was blocked in front. Sitting around the boards. The Profs are having difficulty definitely clearing the puck in this one, but that one was helped by them out by the Ice Knights, as the Profs are looking to move it forward. Sent back in, Ice Knights going. No numbers still, as they're just going to try to set up here. Miscommunication almost led to a 2-on-0 break, but just wasn't able to happen for the Profs, as they want to continue to extend their lead here. And here come the Profs looking to break out.
Numbers in the power play.
Shot in front, oh, there was just no rebound, and Zingaro was looking for something. And again, they are taking exception. These hits after the play here, Zingaro is saying something. 11 just questioning what he did, but he did kind of throw his hip out there at the end of the play, throwing Zingaro off. Little things like that you can get away with. You're gonna do it, and if you know you can get away with it too. A little less blatant here in the second period than they were in the first. The Profs win that puck here in their offensive zone, looking to do something as they're forward checking here.
The Profs are playing much slower than they did in the first.
You got to think those penalties are starting to get to them a little bit here, as their penalty killers are tired.
Especially after that last penalty, they just seem like their spirit was taken out of them. Hopefully it doesn't lead to mistakes on the defensive side.
They're already halfway through that double minor here on Egan. Oh, I'm sorry, on Ardite, number 5, as that shot was taken and covered up by Rink, and that's an Ice Knight that got rubbed out there after he took the shot, as he laid out going into the corner there, corner boards. And that's something that, you know, you're going to get tired, and when you're on the bench and you're these veteran guys, you got to tell everybody to tighten up now. You know, you're getting these guys who kill penalties tired. They're exhausted. They're not going to be able to work as hard as they want to, and you know, the penalties are a killer. They're a killer to a team's momentum, and you know they're definitely not happy about it on the bench. And they're you know, they want to work, but you know they're going to get tired.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as the Profs get out of this penalty, they have to focus on playing their own game instead of playing, you know, the sloppy play they've been doing so far.
About a minute to go left in this double minor on Ardite. 10:20 left in the second period. Profs hold a 3-0 lead, as the Ice Knights look to at least put the first one up on the board here on the power play. This is going to be their 4th power play of the period. They look to move it over. And that was just given right away to the Profs, as they're able to clear the puck. Puck kind of just rebounded out. Profs, no rush to forward check as they try to get some guys out on the ice for fresh legs.
Luckily for the Profs, only 30 seconds left. But wasted opportunity, a hugely wasted opportunity by the Ice Knights.
You know, they've had about 10 minutes, and that's a goal.
There we go. Oh, that one's on me, guys.
And there's a goal. There's a goal.
That one's on me.
By the Ice Knights there, and that's going to be number 11, Ryan Hilly. as he's going to score. As he came across from left to right on the top of the slot and just put it going against the grain on rink. And that's just a hard shot to stop. Him being a righty, I mean, that's just hard when he's coming against the grain. It's hard for any goalie to stop that.
Yeah, very unfortunate broadcaster's curse there. That one's on me.
But they had 10 minutes, almost 10 minutes of penalty time here in this period. And, you know, at some point you question, or when were they going to finally put one in on that? As they're going to cut the deficit down from 3 to 2 here.
And look at the Profs now, back to swarming.
Profs had a little bit of a wake-up call.
My thoughts exactly.
As that puck's going to be in for an icing, as the Profs are able to get there first. And that's, again, I mean, that's something that you don't want, but it was a beauty of a shot by Hilly, and something, you know, that's a little bit of a momentum builder if you're the Ice Knights, seeing a player score like that on the power play, and especially a goal like that. But the Profs are going to have to wake up here. The Profs able to get to the puck in the zone, and that's batted out. 2-on-1 developing here as the Ice Knights are going. Puck sent across. And they score, and that's something we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
something you don't want to see, and that's.
Yeah, it was seemingly like the first time that the Ice Knights had numbers, and they took advantage.
And that's gonna be from their captain, number 16, Anthony Margiotta. And you know, we talked about it, and I don't like to say it, but those goals go from 0 to 1 to 2 really quickly.
It's a fast-paced game. One mistake can turn 2, and then it could be out of nowhere in just a minute. It's a one-score game.
And now, if you're the Profs, you have to wake up now. I mean, this is not something you want. You had a 3-0 lead. You guys took your foot off the pedal and started playing some undisciplined hockey.
Oh.
That's a Prof rubbed out, but here we're able to still go here. Almost was able to make a nice move, and that was by Egan.
And now the Ice Knights are controlling the puck here.
And that was Holland that took that big hit back in the zone. As Egan takes it, looks to move it up. Dyer unable to see where that was. That's going to be no icing as Dyer's first to it. It's going to be Scott taking it, looking to work. Get himself in front, but unable to. As Ice Knight loses his puck. Ice Knight just kind of moves it up. Dumps it in. Profs able to get to the puck first. They're going to look to move it up. A lot of this energy has been taken out of this building here. If you're the Profs, you want to get your home fans back into it, you get the next goal. Because right now, they are not into this game, and you can just hear the silence of this crowd.
Not even a goal at this point. You know, a big hit, a big save. You just need a momentum shifter.
That's a shot in front, blocked off by an Ice Knight. Puck comes back to the back of the net here. Sent to the point. That's Ngara coming to get it, but just fluttered off of him as that's going to go all the way back here.
I'm sure the Ice Knight goalie is much happier this period.
As the Profs look to move it up. Unable to, but now they're moving into the neutral zone. Sent in deep. Ice Knight goalie comes out to play, but misses the puck. Ngara just not able to get that puck again, and that seems to be the story of the game for him. He's just had a tough time really controlling that puck tonight. The puck sent back behind the net. That's Ardite working towards it. Puck sent back in. Profs there, but had their stick held, no call, as that was blatantly in front of the ref. Zingara going to go over and make a play to make a hit, but
yeah,
that was a blatant call that should have been called. And Ice Knight completely held his stick in front of the ref, and that's something you need to call. But I can understand it's 4-4 on the calls. You're keeping the calls as even as possible. But if you're the Profs, you got to know that, and you got to just play through it. Especially if you're Zingara, you're a guy who's been up here for a while. You've been playing for a couple of years. You need to, as the refs have a little conversation here.
Yeah, you know, he was playing through there, and he went in for a big hit, still trying to be effective without his stick. But unfortunately, got the worst end of that one.
The Profs get the puck back in the zone, but just lost it. That was Lupo who lost it. And again, there's the energy in this building has been taken away. It's something, you know, that helps you when you have your crowd into it, your crowd's moving, they're talking. But right now, it just doesn't seem like you're getting that here from the Profs faithful.
Yeah, I mean, if the music wasn't playing, you could definitely hear a pin drop here in Hollydell.
And all the air's been taken out as the Ice Knights were able to tie the game about a minute apart from 2 goals. Or I'm sorry, come close to tying this game. It's just 3-2 as they continue to look to tie this game. The Ice Knights have a lot of energy right now, a lot of momentum as they're pushing. The Profs have to stop the bleeding. As they send the puck back in. Puck's in front. Oh, just unable to get a stick on that was Keys. Just fluttered off. Back down. In front. Oh, just off the side. That was Lupo. Puck still loose. And that was Cohen getting into it a little bit down there. Conlon coming to his aid. I'm sorry, that wasn't Cohen. That was McDonald down there. Conlon came to his aid.
Yeah.
When you have a guy like Conlon on your team, I'm not too worried about pushing and shoving when he's right behind me.
I'm a little confused on what happened there. The Ice Knight goalie was kind of just holding on to Colin's stick. I don't really see the rhyme or reason behind that one.
Something to kind of try to protect the puck, even though he doesn't know where it is exactly. He doesn't know if it's under him or if it's there, but it's a nice little subtle play by the goalie. The Profs are still working it in here. Trying to go through 3 defenders was Bianchi there, but lost it, but was able to be picked up by the Profs. That shot set in front, just wide of the net. His Keys is there. Looking to move it. Bianchi there. But able to take it away. It was a nice night. That's some good work. That's going to be a puck sent off. That's a big hit.
That was a huge hit.
And that was by Deneen, the guy we were talking about.
Took out his man, the goalie, and the goal.
And the goalie is a little slow to get up here. He just shook his head, yeah, as his guys asked him if he's all right.
Yeah, I mean, these guys get slammed into the boards every 2 minutes. It's going to take a lot for them to say they're not okay.
Let's see. He's definitely stretching out. He looks a little slow to get up. The ref making sure he's okay. If he says he's okay to go, they're going to trust it, and they're going to go. Let's see if that affects him here in the second period. 5:34 left. Ice Knights cut the deficit down from 3-1 in this period as the Profs take a shot off of the face-off there.
It's that left leg on him. He doesn't really have that strong of a left leg right now. He's a little wobbly. You noticing that?
Yeah, it looked like that's where his own player came in after that big hit by number 14, Deneen. And, as a goalie, you're not expecting to get hit like that. And he's stretching it out right now. He's definitely not putting a ton of weight on it, so it's definitely got to be bothering him a little bit here. So that'll be something we'll have to keep an eye on.
And the Profs, they're going to, if they see that, they're going to attack his left side.
And that's something we're going to take a watch here, and going into the third period, only 5:09 left. Is this going to be something that's going to affect him? They're going to have to pull him because look, as you see him skate, he's limping a little bit of a limp. He's still
always stretching it out. Did he pull something? Did he hyperextend something? You can't imagine.
It's definitely bothering him. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as play resumes from that icing. Profs looking to move it out, and they have just had a tough time getting back into this Ice Knight zone and really control the puck and getting anything dangerous to go for them. They've had some good chances, but nothing high danger like they'd like. As that puck gets hit by Dyer, as that was sent across, and he was just kind of ridden into the bench there, as he's going to get off. Looked like it hit right about the stomach area, about the abdomen area. It's got to hurt when you don't expect a puck like that coming. Puck behind, Profs again, and no rush to get moving here. 4:30 left in the second period. Profs moved it up the boards in the neutral zone, moved it up.
Yeah, I like.
And Profs are first to get there, but the ref blew the whistle before they were even able to see what happened as Zingara beat him out, but the ref kind of apologizing to him, saying, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't have blew it, my bad. It happens. I guess he didn't expect that little bit of an extra jet as they're still talking going down. He didn't expect a little bit of a jets from Zingara there, which he put on maybe a little too late, but we're going to have another face-off here in the defensive end. for the Profs, as they're going to look to get moving again here. Puck kind of shot. Back in the neutral zone. The prospect movie, that's Scott, 34. Making a move with his foot, kicks it across. Ice Knights come back. Scott tried to make a big hit, stood up. And an Ice Knight just, I don't know what happened there. If he just threw his stick, the stick's broken. I don't know, but he kind of just threw it. Said he was done with it at that time. Didn't want it as the Ice Knights.
He missed it. He missed it.
He went and got it. I guess it's not broken. As the Profs look to move it out as they go end to end here behind the M boards. You hear from behind the bench, Coach DeMonte, move the D, as he's looking for his guys to really get moving here. Oh! And that was Thomas, as Thomas gets a little extra shove there in the face at the end of that play by number 16 of the Ice Knights here.
And we're getting chippy now.
And that's Thomas coming in and taking a big hit here, making a big hit. And the Profs are coming to life here. You can hear it on the bench. There's a lot more energy as they're trying to make a shift here. Moving it down. Conlon taking it behind the net. Trying to get it across. Back to the point.
Conlon did a great job there protecting the puck.
Looking for something. Shot on. Wide of the net. Profs still able to get it. Conlon behind the net. Moves it up those boards. Back to the point, but that's turned over as the Ice Knights are looking to move it up. And Profs able to get the puck in their zone here, looking to move it up. And that's Thomas, who just kind of kicked it ahead, and that's going to be for an icing.
Great song choice by the Hollydell DJ.
Thomas trying to sneak off there, even though he caused the icing. They kicked it in. He's trying to get off and hide. He can get a little bit of a rest here, but he's going to have to come back out. 2:26 left here. And it looks like the Ice Knight goalie's put a little more pressure on that leg. It looks like it's okay, but still not fully there. It still doesn't look like he's fully able to really put all that weight on the leg he wants to.
Yeah, and you got to think that he's praying that the Profs aren't noticing the pain that he's in. Noticing that he's favoring his left leg.
That's why, as a player, you always try to avoid going as close as you can to your goalie. You never know what can happen. The Profs look to move it forward in the neutral zone. Ice Knights get it. They send it back into the defensive zone here. A little battle ensuing as a Prof is taken down to the ice. Sent behind across the net. Profs looking to get there. Ice Knights have it. Fluttered it, but trying to get the top of the boards there, but hit it too high and hit the netting. That goes out of play. And that's going to be a draw to the right, face-off circle, left of rink. And they're choosing to do the left side. It's a left face-off circle, right of rink. Just got to reverse that. 1:56 left in the second period as the Profs looking to move the puck out of the zone. And that's a big rub out there by an Ice Knight. And that was Keys that took the hit. Profs again looking to set up in no rush. Sent it to that left side. Pass to himself, but was turned over. That was by Keys. And Rink had to come up with a save there.
Great grab there by Rink.
And that's something, you know, the Profs have to be better. They're, you know, giving up these little turnovers, little bad plays. They're not connecting on passes. They have to work a little harder.
Yeah, and I think they wasted a lot of energy in the first period because they're much slower in getting to those 50-50s. And I think that with them being tired, that they're not making the smart passes they're supposed to make.
And that's a big hit. That's going to be a penalty, though. And that's going to be by McDonald. He's going to go to the box. Let's see what the call is going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be a cross-check. I think it's a cross-check.
No break. Keep it nice simple. Just keep talking. Introduce what's going to happen with him.
1:17 left to go in this second period as Ice Knights once again go on the power play here. 5th one of this period for the Ice Knights, as the Profs have spent a little more than half now of their time on the penalty kill in the 2nd period. And that's rough on these penalty killers when they're just constantly on the power play kill, trying to get the end of it. It's got to be rough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the Ice Knights are 1 for 5 so far tonight on the power play, as they scored on that double minor earlier towards the end of it. 1 minute left here in the 2nd period. Profs looking to get over. They're going to have another carryover penalty here as long as the Ice Knights do not score in the 2nd period. And the Ice Knights looking to tie it up as the Profs send it down. The Ice Knights right now, no rush to move it forward. They're going to get 1 rush in here, maybe 2, depending on the Profs' forecheck as the Ice Knights look to move it in. 25 seconds left to go. A Prof and an Ice Knight go down as they both fight for the puck. Ice Knights come up with it. Coming around up to the high boards, up to the point, turns around.
Both teams look as if they're just waiting for this one to just run out right now. Both tired.
10 seconds left in the 2nd period. It's going to be a little flutterer. In, goes behind the net. 3 seconds. Ring's going to cover up. And that's a little action in front here. And the refs are going to break that up pretty quickly. And that looks like it was Pollock.
Is that even more penalty time for the Profs, or are they just switching the line?
They're going to just get a change here. Only 1.9 left. But that was Pollock that got into that right down there. I don't think he likes that they're taking little shots at the goalie here. And that's going to do it here for the 2nd period, as the Ice Knights able to score 2 in the 2nd period. The Profs just spending way too much time on their penalty kill here. 1 for 5 are the Ice Knights so far in this game. 1 for 5. However, they're still on their 5th one. And if you're the Profs, you know, you got to go back in that locker room. You got to see, like, we have a 2nd gear, do we not have a 2nd gear? And what do we have to do to be better? Because their discipline level right now is
poor.
Not there.
Poor.
It is not there. And, you know, looking at the guys' faces coming off the ice, they are not happy right now. And you know that their performances could be better.
Yeah, and coming up now in the intermission break, we're going to go over, you know, what the Profs did wrong there. They struggled in the power play, and on the other end, the Ice Knights took advantage. Every chance they had, it was like night and day from the 1st period. You know, the Profs did not play their game; they were not solid. And here now, with our intermission report, is a host, Nick.
Thanks, welcome back. Welcome to the 2nd period intermission report. Profs dropped 2 goals quickly in that period. 2 goals scored by Rutgers in 1:20 after their initial power play goal. I want to talk about, we just talked about how they needed to stay disciplined and keep their momentum going. What happened in that 2nd period of play?
You know, honestly, I feel like I said that the Ice Knights wouldn't take advantage of their power play, and then I blinked, and then it became a 1-score game. So I feel like that one's on me. But like I said, the Profs needed to keep on playing their game, but they did the complete opposite. They played sloppy. It was night and day with the power plays. They were constantly down a man.
Absolutely.
And honestly, I feel like the score should be more in the favor of the Ice Knights with the opportunities that they were given.
I agree. The Profs just did not have a solid period like they did in the 1st. They went 13 for 23 on face-offs this period. Not bad. But like I said, they had 4 penalties in the first 6 minutes of the play, and Rutgers ended up capitalizing on the first one. And once they capitalized, they kind of got the ball rolling and just hopped on that 2 goals in 1:20. They're waking up. They're definitely becoming more physical as Rowan is taking it to them. They're not letting Rowan just do whatever they want to them physically like they did in the 1st. Do you want to take us more through that?
It's getting more chippy as the game's going on, and they are playing more disciplined, still making a few mistakes every now and then, hopping into the penalty box, and not letting them. They're not laying down, and you have to appreciate that as a fan of hockey, not having the other team lay down. But I'm very curious on what the third period's going to look like. You know, who's going to. I don't think that this game is going to be a determinant of like who's better. I think it's going to be who plays the smartest and who's less sloppy.
Absolutely. Rowan, that period alone is 4 for 6 on the penalty kill now. They did have 9 blocked shots during the penalty kill, but one thing I did notice, even as Rutgers they got set up in their zone finally and they're passing the puck around, they were not able to find open shots without getting clogged up in the middle by Rowan defenders and forwards pushing the puck out of the zone and getting it clear.
Yeah, I mean, despite, you know, the constant, you know, point of them being always in the disadvantage, the Profs defense still stayed strong, and I'm sure their goalie is appreciative that, you know, that after every 50-50 ball they're still fighting, but you gotta be curious of how much the first period of them coming out hot is affecting them in the second period, because from what I saw, they didn't have the legs on them like they did.
Absolutely. Profs came out in the second period. They played a little sloppy. They did do good, but the one thing that I really want to drive home for the Profs is Rutgers cannot enter the zone and they cannot get set up in the zone unless it's a Profs mistake, like the power plays, like the turnovers that are going the other way. Rutgers, their open shots, the shots that they do have is off of a Profs mistake.
Yeah, and that's an upside as a Prof. You have to look at it as an upside. You know, as long as we don't make mistakes, they're not going to win this game. But that second period was full of mistakes. Especially
for the Profs. 42 seconds of power play time remain for Rutgers when they do come back. What is your coaching mentality going into the Profs locker room after this period compared to a hot first period?
Don't let them tie it. Don't let them come out hot. Win the face-off. And if we lose it, get back on defense. Don't let that 40 seconds make us, you know, get the game tied. And then don't let them, even if they do tie it, don't let the momentum continue on to a fourth goal.
Absolutely. And let's take it over to Rutgers. What would your message after getting 2 goals in under a minute 20, having all of those power plays come your way, essentially in a matter of under 10 minutes?
Key on their mistakes. You know, once they get the shots they want, they're getting them. You know, they had, I would say, 1 to 2, you know, breaks where, you know, they had numbers, and they took advantage of it. So the second they get one, take advantage of it. And they have momentum right now. They have the momentum. It's very clearly in their hands despite being down 1 score. But if they keep the pedal to the metal, it's going to be a tie game, and they could even possibly take the lead because they like to score in bunches.
Definitely. Well, the Profs definitely did take their foot off the gas a little bit in terms of actually playing hockey. Physically, I think the Profs actually ramped it up a bit that period. There were a lot bigger hits. The game's getting a bit chippy as it is going on. But anything else you would like to add?
The Profs, I think they have to continue to play smart. Don't make as many mistakes as they did. And I like the physicality in that second period. You know, show them that you're here to play hockey.
Absolutely.
Hit them into the boards, check them, and play for the man next to you.
This is hockey overall. But power play time still remaining for Rutgers. When we do return, that's going to do it for the second period intermission. Thank you for joining me. And broadcast will resume at the start of the third period.
And welcome back to Saturday Night Hockey here in Sewell, New Jersey at Hollydell Ice Arena. I'm Nick, this is Kobe, and we are having one heck of a game tonight. Lots of fireworks.
A lot of fireworks, especially late in that second period. Getting a little more physical here, a little more chippy, getting under each other's skins.
You know, this game, before, the game happened, I was talking to Coach DeMonte about it, and they said that, this isn't a game they were really too worried about compared to Penn State talent-wise, but the Ice Knights are taking it to them right now. I mean, they really took it on that second period here. They scored 2 goals. They got on the power play a lot of times, so they got to work harder. The Profs.
Yeah, I completely understand not taking someone as serious, but you got to lock up here. You got 20 minutes left, and you can't make the same mistakes you did in the second period. Play like you did in the first with very, very limited mistakes, and the opportunities on goal will come.
The Profs just have to tighten up here in this third period as they're looking to take their first win of the year against the Rutgers Ice Knights here. And, it's 3-2. Profs still hold the lead, but not by much anymore. Not like they did when they came into the second period. And they're going to have some more penalty time to kill here in this third period, 43 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, if you blink, you missed it. The Ice Knights, they essentially stole 2 goals from under the Profs, just sneaking 2 in real quick, without the Profs being able to settle themselves from the first goal to happen.
So here we go. It's going to be a tight period, I think. It's going to be tight played. You're going to see less space opened up as the Profs are going to try to, really end this game here and score a couple goals, get some insurance goals, and really get this first W of the year as well for Rink, who has been playing absolutely fantastic hockey.
I'm trying to figure out if it looks like they changed goalies here. Nope, no, he's still out there. I just saw 1-8, not the other one. He looks like he's all healed up. They rubbed some dirt on it, and he's back out there.
And when you hear that horn, you know it's time for more hockey as the Profs are getting going here. Puck moved up as the Ice Knights are continuing looking to move it. Profs able to get to the puck behind the net, moves it around. Ice Knights frisbee the puck, and that's a big hit taken out there. And that was by Pollock. Conlon over to the puck. Looking to set up in a little bit of a diamond here on the defensive end in their PK.
Profs play on their heels here early. Another great block there.
And they're able to clear the puck. And that's going to do it on that penalty here. As we're going to get some fresh legs, and the Profs are going to look to get back finally in the zone here and play some good disciplined hockey.
And now they're playing with some speed.
Profs moving in, first to the puck. The Ice Knights come up with it. The Profs come back with it, shot, and that's going to be gloved down.
Yeah, I mean, you saw as soon as that penalty time finished, they just started gunning it for the puck.
And the Profs are going to continue to fight here as they're going to get a face-off in the offensive zone. Left of the goalie, right side. As they're going to win it. Shot's going to come right off neck, off the face-off, and gloved down there. Again, when he came up, that goalie, it looked like he kind of stretched out that leg again. I still think it's bothering him, but he's going to play on in the rest of this game here.
You got to think he's running on straight fumes and adrenaline right now.
That's going to be a shot. Oh, just off. And there it is. Rebound shot scored by the Profs, and they are electric right now. And that's going to be from number 13, Owens, who once again scored last week, gets his second of the season, and he is ecstatic right now. And as you saw him go to the bench, he was just ready to go, and all you hear is a big woo.
That might be the spark the Profs need to really open this one up. He went right to his boys and just wanted to hype them up after that one, giving everyone a high five, and everyone was behind him there.
And that's a big goal, and you know that's a big goal too, not only on goal, point-wise, but bench-wise, morale-wise, it's huge.
And look how the Profs are playing now. First to the puck.
D2 squad going right now. It's the D3 squad are off this week, but they're hitting the practice I started. So as that puck's gonna be sent ahead, Ice Knight comes out to play as the goaltender, set in front. back down deep into the top of the slot. Just couldn't get a stick on it. That was Keys. Profs dumps it on the other end. That's going to be a hold up there. We got some ecstatic fans here on this right side of the boards here, calling out rink as the game continues. We have some of the D3 guys looking on here as they're watching their D2 counterparts take on Rutgers here. As Rowan's up 4-2. Puck's in behind the net, in front. Backhand it, glove down. A good flash of the leather there.
And a great shot opportunity there by Scott. You know, on the backhand there, just couldn't make it through. But I like how close they're playing to the net. I like the aggression, and I like how it's clean aggression. They're not making the mistakes that they did in the second, and it's hopefully they can keep that up.
And Profs dancing around, looking to get the puck back in front. Oh, and they score! Off of the rebound. First shot, rebound for the goal. And the Profs take a two-goal insurance lead here. They're up 1 going into this third. We were talking about it. Getting those big goals. And that's going to be Pollock, the leader, and the one who I spoke with this week that said there's no fooling around in practice this week. We got to get back to work, and he is leading by example as he puts the Profs up 5-2 on the Ice Knights with a beautiful, beautiful rebound goal after he got his own rebound.
Yeah, Pollock is doing everything he can. He wants the Profs to get their first win of the season. Here we go again. Another great shot opportunity.
As the Profs are buzzing, they are just buzzing right now, and you can see they want another one. This is going to become a points night for them.
And look at the swarming defense.
The Profs looking to move back up. Here comes Scott into the neutral zone, but taken away by Nice Knight as they're looking to move forward. That was blocked away. Big hit by Conlon. Conlon first with the puck. Kind of just leaves it there. Sent to the back.
Someone lost
Scott
a stick.
lost his stick. I don't know if it broke or if he just lost it. Conlon just thrown off her body with the reverse hit. And that is just a big man. If you're trying to run that man down, you need to be able to get a little more speed. As that's a Prof taken out again in front of the ref. No call for an interference here as the ref saw it. The Profs are looking to move it back up. And that's an Ice Knight who just fell down on the knee there, but able to get it back into their own zone. Profs looking to move it up. Cross in front. Sent down deep. Coming across. Sent high to the point. Egan's shot. Oh, and loose in front. Oh, and blocked away. Profs still working away here from the point. Shot, blocked. Oh, in front, skidded out. Ice Knights looking to move, and that's a great play there. And that was by Holland, but trips up, able to get the puck forward as the Profs are still moving in the zone. And that's going to be an offside, I think. I don't know. That was too quick what happened, but what work. What absolute work right now we're seeing from this team.
Out the box, going for it.
They're just working their tails off right now. And it shows. As the Profs are up 5-2 coming into this, they had to kill some penalty time. And after that, they decided to take it to them. They regained their 3-goal lead. It is 5-2 right now, the Profs. And it is all Profs right now. As the Ice Knights glove it down, they're going to call a hand pass. I'm not sure if an Ice Knight touched that beforehand or if it fluttered over his stick. So if that was a hand pass, it was one I didn't see, but I'm not sure. But as of right now, and as it stands, it's going to be outside of the zone here, neutral zone face-off, right outside of their offensive end for the Profs. Puck won by the Ice Knights, brought back into their zone. Going behind their net, looking to move it, looking for something to happen as they set it up the boards. Profs are able to get there. That's going to be Holland. So he kind of just dumps it back in.
The Ice Knights aren't playing with the urgency of a team that's down 3 goals.
Ice Knights looking to move it. Very methodical with their passing, but lost the puck. The Singara finds the puck, sends it across. Holland in front, unable to get it. Ice Knights moving the puck up. Not many numbers. It's going to be a 1-on-4 here, so he's just going to dump it in, hope for some help, and get some good forecheck here. That's Thomas with the puck coming from behind the net, looking to move up as he gets by 1 Ice Knight. He gets by 2 Ice Knights, dumps the puck in. He's going to be the first one to the puck again, it looks like, but it doesn't happen as the goaltender comes out to play it, puts it back out, floaters back to the neutral zone. It's going to be Egan with the puck, sends it over to Holland. Holland going to dump it in. Puck sends out, and the Ice Knight goalie takes a little bit of a spill there.
Could have been a costly mistake there with the goal wide open.
And he's going to play the puck, like to play it. You can hear some more energy back here on the Prof side of things. And that's going to be a little bit of a cross-check and slash right back. Nothing out of it. Profs moving. It's going to be Holland. Send the puck up. Holland goes into the boards. He's going to go off for a change now. Profs again.
Good
First to the
steal.
puck now. After getting it. Shot. Just wide. Key sends it down deep. Ice Knights just kind of holding on to possession there. Not really doing much with it. Puck sent to the boards now. It's going to be back in the scrum. Puck brought behind the net. Shot from the high slot. And that's going to hit the netting, and that's going to be out of play.
I like everything the Profs are doing in this period. You know, they're playing their game. Something they didn't do in the second, but they did really, really well in the first. Playing their game, playing fast, and letting their speed overwhelm the Ice Knights, force them to make mistakes.
In my mind, the message in the locker room was, we're better than these guys. We're the better 5-on-5 team. Let's go out there and show it. And that's got to be what's been said in the locker room
Yeah,
here.
simple, but so far effective.
On the Ice Knights, D1 team. They're playing against the D2 Profs tonight. Profs moving it up through the neutral zone, attacking. Puck behind the net. Skirted back out to the point, sent back in. Around. Ice Knights first to get there. Sent back into the zone. Puck, just kind of a little bit of a flutter of a shot there. Back to the point. Working it down. Tried to send it across, but that went off of the skate of an Ice Knight. The Ice Knights are going to get a change. Crosser up, they might be able to catch on, but unable to. That's going to be Garrison with the puck. So he goes to look, moves it forward. Dyer kind of blocks off of a hit. Ice Knights in the zone here, looking to work it down. Profs able to get there, that's going to be Garrison. Scott. Up to Dyer. Dyer able to get there, hit off of the puck with a big hit. Dyer again, first to the puck. Hits it back into the neutral zone, back to their own end. Gonna send it around the net. Back behind the boards. Ardite first there. And Ardite continues to work as he just went past two Ice Knights. He's gonna be the first one to get there. So he's gonna beat out another Ice Knight as he pushes it behind the net. Still working as he goes between four Ice Knights.
Impeccable 50-50 play there.
Sends it across. Profs have possession. Shot across behind the net. Puck set in front, fluttered. Still in the zone, able to keep it in. And the Profs are just working, just continuous work as they're hemming the Ice Knights in their zone again tonight. Ice Knights coming up with it, looking to send it forward, stump it in. Gonna most likely look for a change as they are. Profs get it, looking to move it forward. That's Ardite. Scott. Conlon. Shot on net, tried to get it over to number 22, McDonald there. Puck back at the point. Ardite. Shot that was blocked down. Puck back in the zone. First one to get there.
The momentum's
at the
kind of
Profs.
evened out here. Not one team is really leading right now. I think the Profs are, it seems as if they're playing keep away right now, which they obviously aren't, but there's not much aggression on the offensive side, and the Ice Knights just still trying to get their feet under them.
And that's going to be Rudolph, number 20, out there for the Profs as well, as he's in that board scrum. And you hear the coaches yelling on the bench, help him out, help him out. That's a blocked shot. Big hit taken by Thomas. Board scrum ensues. Ice Knights come up from that board battle looking to move it. Ice Knight all by himself. Shot blocked off. Ice Knight looking to move slow to get up. Profs looking to move with numbers. That's Conlon working it up. Lost the puck. Profs are going to have to hold it as they're looking to reset. As Conlon's just taking his time to get back to the bench. Holland with the puck. Makes a move around, dances in. Going deep, hits a man off of the puck. Bodies him off. Now he's got 2 Ice Knights on him. Puck fluttered over the stick of Zingara. One coming on hard here. That's going to be Egan with the puck.
They're taking his time. They're taking their time with this lead. You know, letting the clock run, picking their shots. You know, they got a lead and they're playing with it. And they're being smart with it.
9:35 left in this third period as the puck went out. Did that go out to the trash can? I think it went over and into the trash can. If so, I think that's like worth 4 goals. But
Oh yeah, no.
not quite sure of the rules.
In my eyes, that's definitely a goal.
As a fan here is going to go grab the puck.
Free souvenir.
And it landed next to the trash can. Okay, so no extra points here for the Profs for sending that out. As the Ice Knights are going, 2-on-1 developing. Ooh! And that almost was just batted in by a Prof off of a stick as they were trying to send it in front. Puck still loose in front, set in front. Ice Knight not able to get his stick on it, but the Profs able to get to the puck first. That was Thomas. Zingara just unable to mark it as he's going to be first one there. And this time he gets to no call for the icing. Profs dumping it back. The Ice Knights come up with it. Looking to move it into the zone. Profs come up with it. That's going to be Garrison. Garrison again. Deneen came in for that hit afterwards. Zingara on the forward check along with Deneen. And Frederoli out there with them. Garrison and Keys as well. Sent over. From the point, shot, blocked. That's sent back in deep.
If the Ice Knights want to come back in this one, they got to pick up their pace. They got to attack the puck more.
As that shot again is blocked. Puck sent down. Cross continuing to work. It's back at the point. Cross to the circle, face-off circle. Looking to shot. Nothing there. Face-off circle. Wrap-around attempt. Didn't go. And that's a Prof who was just batted into the net from behind for a cross-check as he goes head first into the net. And the Profs are going to get a power play here. But that did not look fun, and that was Deneen who took that hit from behind. And that did not look like a fun one. I don't know if he hit his head on the back of the post, but he definitely went head first into the net there.
Yeah, you got to hope the best for him. Make sure he's okay.
He's going to go to the bench. He's going to be all right here. As the Profs are going to go on their 5th power play of the night here. They are 2 for 4 on the power play for their 5th of the night. Ice Knights are 1 for 5 on theirs. Profs looking to move it as they're set up in the umbrella. Shot in front, across, goal! What a play, way to move the puck. And that's gonna be Chase Dyer with the goal here. Another power play goal. And that was just some great puck movement by the Profs.
Great puck movement, great spacing. You know, Dyer, he found the open hole in the defense and he was fed the ball and the rest is history.
And you know, on the power play, when you're playing in an umbrella, you're looking to move that puck side to side, especially through the point, but they were able to get the defense moving from left to right, and Dyer was left all alone in front of the net. Yeah. Nobody picking him up as the defense shifted over to kind of play on that side of serve. Looks like they're playing a little bit of a diamond too.
Yeah, the Ice Knights played right into the Profs' hands there. They did exactly what they wanted them to do during that power play.
And the Profs, with their biggest lead of the night tonight, 4 goals, take a 6-2 lead right now, as they completely took over in this third period what went from a 1-goal lead to a 4-goal lead in this third.
And that's just the power of them playing their game, letting the other team make the mistakes and them just playing their game, playing sound hockey.
And that's a Prof who took a stick up high and then a hit afterwards.
You got to think there's going to, closing it, there's going to be some desperation hits by the Ice Knights. And
there's one right there.
Yep.
And there's one right now. Frustration really starting to show. You do not take a hit or a run at someone's goalie, and they let it know. I think that was Egan standing in front of the net. I think Pollock might be. He got hit in the face with the puck back behind the net, and he was talking to the ref about it, but they were not happy about that run-in by number 12 there.
It's official. We now have beef.
And the Ice Knights are just really frustrated. You can just see the frustration on them, and the Profs are just absolutely dominating. We got a little action here on that right side of the circle here. And that's going to be Egan, a little bit of it, as he gives him a little push here. Puck sent around. Zingara there. Sent up to Thomas. Thomas able to get there, waiting for help. Trying to make a move between the legs, unable to do it, but the puck comes to Zingara. Zingara takes a rip just off the side, wasn't able to get Thomas for a redirection. Ice Knights come up with the puck. Again, when you're looking at the Ice Knights transition, there's two guys in front. They're going out on a 2-1-2 here, and it's not working for them.
No, it's very poor transition offense here.
As the Profs send it forward, and that's Zingara, who's a little bit of hook there, it looked like, but he's fine as he's going to keep moving forward. Puck battle in the back here. Pushing, shoving in that battle. Thomas with the shot wide. Looking to put it home here in front, nobody there. As the Ice Knights send it, and that's gonna come back for an icing. And they're waved off the icing.
Got a new line in.
And that's a great move by Egan to go past two defenders here. Trying to get the puck in front, but that was batted away by a stick of an Ice Knight. Puck sent around the corner here, up the far boards. And that's a Prof who went down after the hit, trying to get a hit. Ice Knights transitioning again in that 2-1-2 type of breakout, which doesn't make much sense. When you're down in the game, you're gonna wanna go full hit. And that's number 11, again, trying to make something happen with hits, but Holland and Benucci are just not taking that. Bianchi.
Yeah, I mean, this whole game it's really been, the key factor has been power play and transition play.
We're getting a little bit of extracurriculars back in the back of the net as Frateroli just took a stick up high and was thrown down to the ice. No puck in sight, as the refs are just gonna let them play on that one. Profs continue to play with the puck as they have it here. Big hit, faced off by Rudolph. Rudolph still with the puck, moving it. And there is a lot of physicality here by the Ice Knights. Really moving their stick with the body. And you can just see slashing, another slash. The refs are letting them play. And as the frustration builds up, you're gonna continue to see that. 4:14 left to go in this third. At some point, if you're a ref, I know you don't want to call this because it's 5-5. You have even calls. You need to call something, and you need to set a tone for this game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to protect players.
I know the Ice Knights are frustrated. It gets to that point, but if you just saw Kyle Rink here throw the bottle up as many goalies do in the NHL and watch a single drop go down, which is one of the coolest little in-between moments of a goalie. Most notably, Braden Holpe and Carter Hart do it. As the puck is sent back here into the zone. That's another Prof down on the ground, and we've seen a lot of that on the ice here in this last 5 minutes.
You got a little skirmish here in the back.
Another Prof taken out from behind. That looked like a little bit of a cross check. Profs are not taking exception to this as they're trying to work a little harder. 2-0 developing. That's a Prof taking someone out into the boards. And this is what you don't want to see. As the Profs are starting to defend themselves now, and the Ice Knights are incapable of really throwing it back as they're throwing it forward here, as some people would like to say. The Profs looking to move it forward. The frustration really beginning to boil over for the Ice Knights, and you hear the Profs bench screaming and yelling, knowing that they're really on the Ice Knights here, really under their skin as well, and you can hear it.
Yeah, and they have to keep that positive attitude, but they can't let it slip through. We saw what happened last time. They were slightly laxed. The Ice Knights were able to punch in 2 quick goals. So as long as they just play sound hockey for the next 3 minutes, they'll be fine.
3-2 here, 3:04 here, 6-2. Profs still lead, as we're gonna get a face-off here in the offensive zone. Puck sent in deep. Profs battling to get there, send around. Ice Knights take a hit. Profs have it at the top, that's Holland. Holland tries to get a redirection in front. That's gonna be covered up for.
Just a beautiful Saturday night to spend here in Hollydell with fans watching from the bar.
It's always a fun time here. Hollydell Ice Arena, Dunlop's overlooking the ice here. You have the Rebels that play here, the Hollydell Hurricanes, the Philadelphia Hockey Club. If you haven't been to a game down here, this is such a beautiful place to go and watch some good hockey. As the Profs continue to lead this game 6-2, 2:30 left in the third period. The rest of this game as well as the Profs continuing to look to put another one in the back of the net here. I think they're just doing this now just to assert their dominance over the Ice Knights, which they already have, but
yeah, I think they're just looking for the dagger here.
Shot in, glove down, unsure where it is, sent behind the net. And that's just going to be fluttered in by Zingara. And again, it seems like the Ice Knights have calmed down here from that couple minutes of play that they were doing with slashing and just frustrated play. And I know it's frustration, but the second the Profs started giving it back to them, they did not like it.
Yeah, I think the Ice Knights realized that that's not how we're gonna win. That's not how we're gonna come back. We have to just play hockey. We can't,
As the puck gets sent back, dumped down deep, and behind the net. Ice Knights come up with it as they look to move. Set it on the neutral zone, back down, tipped off, no icing. Around the boards. Big hit there by Ardite, and that's going to be the penalty called on Ardite. And Ardite doesn't agree with the call, and frankly, neither do I after a couple of the calls that should have been called down on the other side, but it's one of those games.
Yeah, one of those games, but that's one the Profs will take. You're up 4 with a minute 30 left.
Dying moments of this game here. And
just, hopefully that 4 goals don't ring out real quick.
And at the end of the game here, stick around because we're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Nick.
For,
he's going to be down
for his
here.
player of the game.
Puck sent around. Ice Knights looking to maybe get one more on the board here. Make this a 3-goal game. Rink takes another block shot there.
Yep, the Profs just looking to close this one out, but the Ice Knights just looking to end on a positive note.
And that's Colin who gets tripped up. And again, no call. And there's going to be a call.
There it is.
Look at that. There's going to be a call there. We're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey here in the dying moments of the game. Had to make it even at some point. 6-6 for both teams here.
Yeah, I feel like as the Ice Knights, you had a chance with the power play to just end on a high note, but going into a power play, making it 4-4, that doesn't really do that for you.
That was a smart play by the Ice Knight there, who was covering at the point. Stop him from going, because that's a breakaway happening for Conlin. 2-0 going the other way if they get that puck up. So here we go, 4-on-4 hockey, 50 seconds left. Lots of ice to skate. The Profs taken down there, but still working on it. That's Deneen. Deneen from his knees gets the puck over. Ice Knights looking to move it in the neutral zone. Working through, trying to dance, doesn't work. Egan takes it away, and Rink comes up with it. A lot of people bundled up in here. Fall's coming, as we can clearly tell. The cold weather.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wear the three-piece. Mainly for warmth, but, you know, about 5% for style.
If you're looking to get any Rowan hockey apparel during the first and second periods of this game and before the game, they sell a bunch of ice hockey equipment too. Well, apparel, that is. I mean, unless you want ice hockey equipment, they sell it here at Choice or Hollydell. But you can get some hoodies. They got blankets, hats, you name it. You can go get your apparel to support the team as well. As the puck gets moved forward again. 9 seconds left. As the Profs now are just going to cruise to the end here. Ice Knights going to take maybe one more shot. And that's glove down. That's going to do it. And what a game by Rink. What a game by the guys in the white, yellow, and brown. Staying resilient, as we've been saying. Staying resilient, working hard, continuing to work. And this is just a game that the game just absolutely in the Profs. In the second period, we weren't sure which way the game was going to go as the Ice Knights began to really work and get their 2 goals here, but the Profs came out and they made sure to assert themselves.
Yeah, you know, through these first 2 games, I think the key thing of what the Profs do is that if they have a mistake or a bad period, they always make sure to capitalize on the next period. And that showed, and I think that was a prime example from the second to the third period. They struggled in the second after a strong first and just went all out. They want to grow the lead, show them who's boss, and they just played a dominant period of hockey, closing it out.
Now the Profs are going to be back on the ice tomorrow once again, playing Penn State. But for now, we're going to leave you. I've been Nick, Kobe. We're going to leave you and throw you down to our sideline reporter, Nick, who's going to be standing by.
As we wait for that, we'll just do a quick little overall recap of how the Profs did. The Profs did a great job with controlling their pace. They were phenomenal with their power play, and you know, they just played some cutthroat hockey there.
Yeah, and you know, they played some really good hockey, and you know, you see a lot of smiles as the guys are coming off. A lot of the leaders on this team, Jimmer being one of them, you know, talking to him this week, he, you know, really said that they had to get back in and work, and he did exactly that. So really great play by the veterans.
Yeah, that is some, you know, you look down there, you see a bunch of first win smiles. They finally got the first one to their belt, and let's see what they can do.
So it's just something they have to get back on the ice again tomorrow. It's going to be a long drive, but they're going to have to work again. Tomorrow's the ACHA play, so they need to go get a win and, you know, just continue this. I mean, this is something you could build off of. A 6-2 game is no easy task.
You know, I feel luckily for the Profs, you know, with them growing the lead so early in the third period, they kind of let off the gas a little bit, which could help them going into the next game against Penn State, and hopefully they can get their revenge.
Yeah, and this is a game that, you know, they worked hard, they had resiliency, and they were just amazing. But we're going to send it down now to Nick. This has been Nick and Kobe. Thank you for joining us tonight here at Hollydell, and here's over to Nick.
How you doing? Welcome to the sideline intermission end of the game report, I guess. I'm here with Dan DeMonte, head coach of the Rowan University D2 ice hockey team. Dan, it's a pleasure to be here. 6-2 final. You guys got your first win of the year. How was that felt?
Yeah, it felt good. You know, there was we went up early and you know, hit some adversity with a ton of penalties, and then you know, able to kill them off, and you know, we went up a couple goals in the third, and you know, we were able to stay tight. And yeah, it was good for a couple guys to get their first goals again, and you know, good to get in the win column always.
You guys absolutely dominated on almost all aspects of the ice tonight, but especially the physical aspect. And was that a tone you guys wanted to set early into this game, or was there a message coming into just how you guys wanted to play this team, or did it just kind of happen?
Yeah, we didn't play so well last night. It was more of a heart and a pride game at this point, right? Rutgers is a rival of Rowan in all aspects, and you know, we weren't going to get beat twice in the you know, pride game this weekend. So I'm glad our guys showed up and played hard.
All right, Coach, for the 6-2 final, congratulations on your first win of the season. Well, that is all the questions I have for you. And that is all the time, unfortunately, we do have here on RTN Network. This was the broadcast of the Rowan University Profs and the Rutgers Space Knights. Thank you guys very much for joining us. My name is Nick Nacy, joined with Dan. Good night.